What's up, guys? It's Scalia, and today's video will be about us growing up and how it reflected on my childhood years. So recently, um, I was inspired to make this video because about 2.5 months ago I turned 18, and it's kind of changed my perspective on life. 'Cause like that whole day, like before my birthday, I was like reminiscing about like all this nostalgia from my childhood and like how it's like how I've changed over these 18 years of my life and like the things I've done, like the almost memories I have. Um, and so growing up is something that like we all kind of have to face. Like you hit like that um like that thing in your life or like that this milestone of 18. You're like, man, I must have grown up now. Like things are gonna change. Like some people have to grow up because of their circumstances, like you have to grow up early, or there's people who just want to because like they're either just like super excited or fed up with their life and want control. For me, I was particularly kind of scared actually. That like at the first time I felt this was at about 9 or 10 years old, where I like felt like Timmy Turner basically from Fairly Odd Parents. Like I felt like life was gonna be worse because like childhood is so funny. Like there's no responsibilities. There's like there's just like this bliss of just like life. But then once you leave that bliss, you're kind of like just out of it. Um, and then like so once I like turned 18, like so I felt profoundly different. Like sure, almost my life did not really change a whole lot, but like just my mindset and my whole body just felt kind of like it was transforming, which sounds really strange, but just like almost let me explain. Um, so one thing I thought about was my future oriented life. Like like I want to move forward to actually progress and succeed in my life, but at the same time, I can't just let my childhood go. I I started to look back on it and not really throw away my childhood, but just to take like those bits and pieces from it, to learn from it, and not really to leave it behind. Um, so the first thing that I reflected on that first kind of thought was nostalgia. So I have lots of nostalgia from my childhood. So if you're from like 2001, 2002, you probably play with Legos. So I play with lots of Legos. Some of my favorite were um, some Bionicles. It's like these like robots that like fought like this dark guy, and like they had like these masks, and it was awesome. And like but subliminally it like taught me like this lesson of us being courageous. And so it's just weird because it's like these toys me and my cousins would play with and watch like the movies and read like the wikis and stuff. And then like like I just kind of learned this value in having power within yourself. And I kind of learned that from other things too, like it's one of my favorite cartoons on Nickelodeon was Danny Phantom, or Cartoon Network was Ben 10. And like superheroes like Spider-Man just kind of taught me this courage. And that's really good thing for a child like from like 5 to 10 to know, is just how to be courageous. It's going on to about maybe like 12 to now. I kind of switched my focus away from like toys and cartoons to video games and anime. That's where like my interests kind of lie now. So I played lots of video games throughout middle school and high school, mainly Black Ops. I played lots of Overwatch, and I played lots of fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. And those just kind of brought up my competitive nature and like my wanting to win and always be it like the best at something. Um, and then like so I'd watch anime because so you used to just like those cartoons that actually taught you lessons. And like lots of types of anime just kind of like are grounded within what the story wants, which is something I really enjoy. And like I said, not only did this kind of shape my lifestyle of just just like changing from almost being less extroverted to more introverted, but this kind of switched like my goals as well. Um, when I was a little kid, like maybe like 5 or 6 years old, I wanted to become a paleontologist or like some lab researcher, which I still do want to major that in college and stuff. But um, over like these past maybe I'd say like 4 years, I've uh, began to be more creative. Like I started to write songs now. I've been writing this book and just kind of shifted my focus away from this scientist goal to now being like the person who was inspired by like these superhero characters, actually make my own. The second thing I wanted to reflect on was my friendships. Here's my group of friends right here. Um, so I've known these guys for my whole life basically. Since since I, since I was in like the first grade or like sixth grade, stuff like that. Like over that span of time, I kind of got to know these people. And not only did I reflect on like the friendships that we've made, but how kind of friendships transcend. Because so what happened a lot to me um was like I'd try to be cool all the time, and I'd try to get like these friends that weren't really my friends, and I just had to cut them off because they would get me in trouble. So obviously, almost me and my core friends got in trouble, like the times when we tried to be like the kids from It or Stranger Things on like the bikes and like freshman year and stuff. But um, besides that, like I truly found my core group of friends. I truly think will stay with me for the rest of my life, and that's because they support me in my ambitious dreams and goals and everything like that, and I support them, and it's just like this true bond between men. It's just awesome. And so once I got to now, like I just realized that even more. And the last thing I wanted to reflect on was how I viewed love. So this quick story that I might mention later is my first crush, right? So I had this crush from like the second to third grade. She kind of looked like this. It's a cartoon, but she kind of looked like that, right? And she was like my best friend, and like we had like this whole like this kiddish relationship, and she, she sadly moved away, which made me really sad because I could never see her again. But so my view of love was kind of shaped with that, like I just wanted to be friends, like true best friends with like this person, and this kind of shifted my perspective on like once I went to middle school and high school when I got my first girlfriend, and just all that, like just it shaped my view. But like the core thing though was I believed like this like love at first sight philosophy, like the stuff in The Nightmare Before Christmas with like Jack Skellington and Sally were like this is meant to be dynamic where like there's a person meant for you, and like it's like just all well and dandy, which can happen, and or like my second favorite Pixar movie, which is Wall-E, and like that's just like the almost love at first sight, which I still do believe is a real thing, but I truly like kind of relied on that uh, almost back in my youth, and this kind of shaped my perspective. Kind of want to be like the funny guy, like Wally, like I was weird or funny, and then or like this courageous and like just like this like cold-hearted dude, and like uh, was in high school. But once I kind of got older to about 16, once like my relationships were over and like I like started getting more, was that it's not gonna be like this fantasy like Spider-Man and Mary Jane. But at the same time, I can't really disregard that. And like, so I might put less emphasis on love now, but um, like when you're when you're young, these feelings are really strong, but they're sometimes misplaced. But that's not really a bad thing. So you should just learn from these experiences and just kind of take what you can, because it's not really useless because like you're just like a kid and everything, but you can still learn from these like small loves, if you will, and just kind of tying all this together. So all these things kind of stuck with me. So um, I will never forget those lessons of courage from those toys and cartoons I used to watch. We'll never forget like Captain Rex's just like quotes in the Clone Wars show, or my cringe-worthy ways to get girls back in like elementary and middle school. That these things will stick with me for the rest of my life, that have shaped me to the person who I am today. So I can't really like leave these things behind. I have to bring them with me because they're a part of me. So if you recently turned 18, um, leave a comment on this video to share what you've learned, and um, like share how this milestone affected you, because personally this was a big milestone for me, and it's shaped my perspective now. It's completely changed. So with that being said, please know your truth, speak your truth. It's Scalia. See you around.